guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Lay. I do beauty, hygiene, and self-care content. So if you are interested in looking good, smelling good, and feeling good, then this is the channel for you, so please consider subscribing. This video is going to be a bit of a long one, I will say. I have been doing short nails for like the past month and a half, like midway through Christmas and pretty much the entire month of January. I've had a short set. So I started with a short almond. This has a really pretty red and gold theme going because these were my Christmas nails, but it's time to change it up, and I didn't really want to do my longer nails just yet. Still not really feeling it right now, so I'm gonna stick to the short almond. I did have one that broke at the tip, so I'm going to do an attempted nail form repair. So we'll see how that goes in this video. So right here, I just wanted to make sure that I took off a big bulk of the product, take off everything that I had on my nails before, and, you know, like I said, take away the bulk because I am just doing like a backfill or a fill. If you are a nail tech, you could probably help me with the terminology. So I'm starting off with my prep. I'm just pushing back the cuticle and getting any of that dead skin. I have a horrible habit of not really oiling, you know, like putting oil on my cuticles like daily or weekly. I typically only do it when I am doing my nails, so I do tend to get a little bit of, you know, cuticle dryness. And honestly, your cuticles really kind of like make or break your nail set. So I'm just right here, I'm just cleaning it up, trying to get it off of the nail plate, scraping. A little side note, disclaimer, I am not a professional. I did go to cosmetology, but I am not a nail tech professional. I do not have my license. I'm a DIYer. I like to do it on myself. I do it on a couple of relatives, but yeah. And I like to save a couple bucks, like, I'm not gonna lie. Going to the nail salon can be expensive, especially if you want to go to someone good. Going to those chop shops where it's like 50, 60 bucks, it's not worth it. They completely damaged my nail beds. My nail beds have probably been damaged for like the past 13 years because I've been getting acrylics since I was maybe like 13, 14 years old. And I never knew, not until adulthood, that you weren't supposed to pop them off. You're supposed to soak them off. I had never had a soak off until I was an adult. So yeah, had a little Starbucks break. So once my cuticles are clean and we're going to move on to filling the nails, start by taking the dust off and then dehydrating your natural nail. So all the natural nail that is exposed, because these nails have grown out a little bit since they were done, you know, during the holiday season. These nails were done maybe like the first week of January. I just haven't had a chance to edit this footage and put it up. So at this point in time, I have like a new nail set, so I'm dehydrating and priming my natural nail bed, not the actual acrylic. And there's a couple nails here where I kind of had to do a little bit of finessing with the acrylic. This is Latte by Anacrylics. I suggest, if you are going to be working with forms, her line is really good to work with since it does take a little while to cure. So you have time to work with it if you are going to be putting it on a nail form, whereas a lot of the very professional brands, they cure a little faster, and that's not good if you're new to forms, which I am. So plus, I really love this color, Latte, beautiful. It's a really nice like peachy nude. I think it goes really good with my skin tone, and I also think it's great for like the wintry months. So I'm starting just by adding like a medium to small bead to the cuticle area, pushing it back, and then blending it out onto the nail. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I just started doing acrylic maybe like last July, so it hasn't even been a year yet. But I'm not going to lie to you. I loved my poly gel. I loved my poly gel. However, there is something about the acrylic that just, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, you know, acrylic is definitely a lot harder than like poly gel. Since I've been doing my nails with acrylic, I barely have lifting, like almost ever. Two, I almost, like my nails always last. I never have any pop off. I never have any like break. And that one that broke at the beginning of the video where I showed you the footage, that was like a fluke because I was wrapping presents and doing stuff for Christmas, so I was being really rough with my hands. But other than that, I hardly ever have any lifting, any repairs that need to be done. Yeah, and I'm in control of my own design, which I love. So knowing that, and I'm just being real here, knowing that I can't afford like a $300 set, I can't afford like a $400 set. That's just me. Even if I have the money, I can't really bring myself to spend that much on nails. Call me cheap if you want. So, and then having to explain what I want to someone, you know what I mean? Like when you have the vision in your head. So being able to do it on my own, I have absolutely fallen in love. One, it's therapeutic. It's a lot of fun. I love just sitting there doing my nails. And then when my nails come out the way I want, it is like a huge pick-me-up. Real quick, for Monormer, I'm using the Young Nails Monormer. I absolutely love that Monormer. I think it's a slow setting one, so that also helps give me a little bit of time when I am, you know, prepping my nails. So right here, I'm doing the same thing I was doing on all the other nails, where I am pretty much just filling in the gap. Sometimes I have like a perfect application and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have to get that perfect nail with, you know, filing and shaping. I have gotten pretty good with getting my nails pretty smooth overall, so my shaping process isn't as long as it used to be when I first started. But I will say, like when I did polygel, when I would do polygel, it would take me twice as long as it takes me to do acrylic. And I think it's because, you know, there's so much curing in between. So there's a lot of like pausing and waiting, and then you have to do the same amount of, you know, structure and getting the nail where you want it. The only difference is it's not curing while you're putting it on. So like right here, I will show you, like with that nail, I'm going to do it last. So I'm going to fill the other nails and then do the form on the middle finger. So like I was saying, like polygel is great. I definitely think it's a great beginner's tool, because I feel like if I didn't use polygel before, I would have had, and I have tried to do acrylic before, but it never used to work out for me. But since I feel like I've gotten really good with like my polygel application, when it came time for me to do acrylics, I was picking up on it pretty fast. I had gotten, you know, like the structure I wanted for my nail down packed, and you know, I knew exactly where I wanted the product. I just had to move fast enough. And you know, I moved pretty fast with the polygel, but again, you have to cure in between. So the great part about doing it with acrylic is that once I have it where I want, I just have to leave it alone and I can move on to the next nail, and it's curing as I'm doing it. So I mean, I'm not saying that one is better than the other because I love polygel, but I am saying if you have been using polygel and you really want to try acrylic, give it a shot. Using this low odor monomer has really helped me be able to do it at home because it doesn't really bother anyone. Like I keep my window open and I use like an air filter, and the smell is usually gone in a couple of hours. So now I'm using a form. This is my first time doing it with a form, and I definitely want to try to do an entire nail set with forms. So here I am trying to shape the form to my finger, and I think this is like the hardest part. The more you pinch at the tip, the more like pointed it will be, but I'm not trying to have pointy nails. I just want like the little oval nails. So I'm placing it at the tip where it connects, and I'll tell you, this first bead, she was a struggle bead. She was not cute, but you could kind of see like where I was going with it. So I'm just kind of trying to like forge the shape and blend it into the nail that was already there, and then pick up a little bit more and get the other side. This was surprisingly easier than I was anticipating. I definitely didn't think it was going to be easy because, like I said, I have used forms before. I tried to use a form with polygel, and that was a huge fail. Oh my god. And I think it was a fail because I had to cure it. And look, I'm running out of liquid. Almost out. Yeah, it was a huge fail because I had to stick it in the light and it like would move the product. It was just horrible. Like by the time I was done, I ended up having to file that whole nail off because it was a no-go. But with this acrylic, this is my first time doing it with acrylic, and it actually came out pretty good. Like you see, I have my structure down. Let's add a little bit more monomer. I don't add a lot of monomer at a time. So you see I have like my structure down, and then I'm able to like build up the nail and fill in the back portion. This worked out really, really well. And I don't know if it's because it's short nails or if it was just, you know, a combination of me taking my time and really trying to focus on learning how to use this product with the nail form. But this was definitely a really cool, like I was so pumped that I was like, okay, I think I might be able to do an entire nail set with forms. So I definitely think that that is something I'm going to want to try. I've been practicing like my tapping motion to get my nails nice and smooth so that I don't have a lot to file when it comes to shaping. And I mean, look at this nail. It's not bad, right? Like for almond shaped nails. And if I want it to be a little more almondy, I can do that with, you know, like my nail file. And I feel like this nail came out perfectly. There's an apex, it's nice and thick, and it lasted the full 2 weeks. So once it was cured, it was good to go. I was actually really surprised. I love taking the form off and revealing the nail. That was my favorite part of this. So now it is all the way cured, and I'm taking the form off, and like, look, I did it. It looks so good. You can't tell there's no tip there. So I definitely want to try to do an entire nail set with forms. I have them, I've just never really done it. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. So now I'm just shaping my nails. I'm using a medium grit sanding band with my nail drill, and I believe I'm on 9,000 RPMs. So I'm just smoothing out the nail, and I find that I get a much better and a much smoother nail application when I use this. I was trying to use all the little fancy ones, but the medium grit did the job just fine. And then to seal the cuticle, I'm going to be using a medium grit. It's like a 3-in-1 nail bit, and that's what I'm going to use for sealing the cuticle. So now that the nails are shaped and buffed, we can get into our nail design. I'm going to be using this Model 1. This is like a dark blue neon gel polish. It's perfect for the winter time. It came in like a neon set, but it's like a dark blue. So I'm going to be painting my pinky and middle finger with that color, and I'm just doing some thin layers so that my nail doesn't come off too bulky. And yeah, so we're going to start with that, and I'm going to cure each coat for 30 seconds, and then when I'm done I'll do a full 2-minute cure when I top coat. Okay, so once those 3 nails are cured, I'm going to be doing like an abstract design on my ring finger, and then on my index finger I'm going to kind of try to do like a French tip with the glue. I'm using this brush that I got off of Amazon. I believe it's by the Beetles brand, so it's just like their nail art brushes, and I'm taking that gel polish, I'm creating my little abstract art, and then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. So now that all that has been cured, I'm going in with this Model 1, I think it's called Edelweiss. It's just a white gel polish, and I'm going to trace the outside of my French tip, and then I'm also going to do the same thing with the abstract art on the ring finger. I also wanted to give like a snowflake a try just because of the blue, you know, winter, January. So I'm going to be using like the dot method for the snowflakes, and I'll get back to that in a second. But once I add these white lines, I'm going to add a little bit of iridescent glitter. And I got the glitter off of Amazon, but I'm going to pretty much coat over it and then cure it for 30 seconds so that we have a nice thick layer. It kind of gives me like winter sweater vibes. This also could have worked during Christmas, I'm not gonna lie. So this glitter I got off of Amazon. It's just an iridescent glitter. It's really cute, finely milled, nice powdery glitter, and it's super easy to just pour over the wet gel polish. Make sure your gel polish is still wet when you add this. Okay, and once that's been cured and I dusted off all of the glitter, I'm going to start with like a really big dot, and then I'll do 2 small dots coming to the bottom, and I'm kind of making like a T with dots. Once I've done that, to make a snowflake, I'm going to add dots in the open spaces that I plan to connect. I guess you can do this however you want. This was the easiest way for me. And I'm going to take this Beetles nail brush. This is like a really long, it's a short one actually, and it's in like a teal package. It doesn't have a number, and I'm just going to drag the polish from the center dot and pull it to all the other dots, and try to do it with like a very light hand so you can get a nice crisp line, and that's going to really help that look more like a snowflake. For this nail, I did add glitter on this snowflake, and once I was done, I ended up wanting snowflakes on the other nails, so I put a snowflake on my index and my ring finger, but I didn't add glitter to those. Now for top coat, I'm going in with this Beetles gel top coat. It's a shiny top coat, and I'm just going to top coat all of my nails. I do start by doing my thumb on its own, and then I'll do the rest, curing it for about a good 2 minutes for a final cure. And then I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and add this Model 1. It's the lemon cuticle oil. I'm going to add those to all of my nails, and then once I'm done my hands are so dry. So I'm going in with this Trader Joe's lotion, and I'm just going to moisturize my hands before you get the final shots. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was so much fun for me to do, and I love trying new nail trends. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe to my channel. It would really mean the world to me. And yeah, this is my form of happiness, so yeah. Okay, so stay blessed.